Hello, everyone. Hey, Manny.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, everyone, to day 2 of the AppSmash Festival. Of course, I'm James here from Wakelet, and I'm joined by my good friend, Manny.
Yes, was checking the chat.
Love it. There's so many people already. There's almost 100 people already. I see the comments flooding in. As we were backstage, we could see there's already over 50 people commenting. So, yeah, you know the score. We love to see where you're joining from in the world. Please do let us know what city, country you're joining from, the time zone as well. I know this is quite a good time zone, actually. There's people joining us in the morning, and there's also people joining us quite late on in the evening. So, wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for joining us today. Like I say, this is day 2 of the AppSmash Festival. We've got some amazing sessions today. We've got Microsoft, we've got Canva, we've got other partners like Book Creator, Lumio, but we're starting off with a great partner of ours, which of course is Edpuzzle, and that's
Hello.
why we got Manny here. So yeah, thank you for joining us today. Everything we share, as you know, we'll be sharing after this with a link. We'll go through all of that good stuff. But yeah, we appreciate you joining us today. This will be a short fire session to start off the day. Manny, do you want to kick us off and just let everyone know who you are if they don't know who Super Manny is already?
Yeah, so let me share my screen because I have a little slide thing
Yeah,
with the hot mess that I've done in the past.
you go. You do your thing.
Yeah, there you go. So I have my fabulous slide here that I changed my name to Super Manny. I don't know how that happened, but it's just officially now Super Manny. I'm the global community manager at Edpuzzle, which just means I talk to a lot of teachers and I just love on them and show them all the things with Edpuzzle. That's just all there is. I taught first, second, third grade bilingual. So yes, I was a teacher and I know the struggles. I supported secondary. So I have a grasp of all levels, all the things. And I love sequence. So that's important.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Manny. And yeah, I'm James, everyone. Hello, welcome. I am the Manny of Wakelet, I suppose. Same role, global community. Talk to all of you lovely people that are in the comments here, and just making sure you're having the best time on Wakelet. And of course, Edpuzzle as well, with Manny here too. So to kick things off, just to say hello to those that are new to Wakelet. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. For those that are new to Wakelet, welcome. I want to just show you a quick slide just to show you what Wakelet does. And essentially, what we do best here at Wakelet is we help you as educators, as librarians and coaches and students, organize all of your work, all of your resources that may currently sit in documents or emails that could be quite a dull list of links like this, and turn it into a beautiful looking collection like so. So you may have a list of links on a life cycle of a frog, for example, but on the right hand side, this is how it looks in a collection. It's interactive, it's visual, it's organized, and the best thing is you can add any type of content. So anything that exists on the web, if it's a video, an article, a social media post, a podcast even, you name it, even if it's one of your favorite edtech tools, for example, Edpuzzle, which we'll go into it in a second. That's
Yes.
the whole point of this day. We want to make sure that you can add anything from the web, including your favorite edtech tools, and get a really good outcome from it. And just make sure, as we'll talk about later on, is making sure you're creating visual, engaging lessons and collections for your students. So that's Wakelet. Welcome, everyone. And yeah, Manny, do you want to take the stage and showcase what Edpuzzle does best?
Of
Please do.
course. And I'm like, pretty matters, just saying, because
It does.
it does matter how it looks. All right, so if we can share my screen again, there you go. So we've got what Wakelet is. I'm not going to show you some fancy slides but it's in there in the thing. There was a video that I'm not going to play, but basically what Edpuzzle is, interactive video lessons, which is like, what is that? If you have an LMS or if you share a link of a video to a student, you don't know if they watched the video. You don't know if they learned anything from that video. So when you put it in Edpuzzle, you can track it. You get analytics. You know if they've learned or not. And they can always go back and learn from you. So it is like, OMG, the best thing ever. And he integrates beautifully with Wakelet because this whole thing is made on a Wakelet that I'm going to show you. All right, so the first example that I have is a normal open house, like a virtual open house. My son just had them 2 days ago, and then I have today. Today is my oldest son open house. And if parents are not able to attend, Usually they just send you the slides, but look, if I click on this fabulous Wakelet, you can, of course, the glitter and the sparkles, right? I'm pretending to be a first grade teacher because that's what I taught. I love first grade. Hint, hint, look at the email. It's hilarious. So this is a way for you to communicate with your parents, right? Instead of sending them that tedious email that James just showed you, you can put your fabulous video here that it's an Edpuzzle, hello, right? With your details, because we have a job and there's no way I'm gonna not lose that piece of paper. But look at this. I have embedded, I'm gonna log out because otherwise you will be able to see all the things. So this is my open virtual house. And let's just take a little, oh, whoops. I'm gonna put Super Manny. And I don't think I share audio. So let me go back. And I'm gonna say stop sharing. Ay, ay, ay. I'm gonna share, not that again, share audio, window. There you go. And now you should be able to hear it. All right, so get started. Look at that. I have questions embedded. You're having the experience of Edpuzzle in a Wakelet. And before we start, I'm gonna tell you why you're watching this video, right? And because your parents will not read instructions, because students and teachers don't do that either. I put my lovely voice. So once you've listened to me, then you click continue, and the actual video starts. I know that's my teacher. So I'll walk them through, like, this is how you're gonna get to your classroom. This is what your classroom will look like, and I walk them through the things, and I have a stop right there. There you go. Right? So I'm giving the parents instructions of what is it that I'm going to be expecting, something that I would normally do in an open house. I do it through video. I continue, and then I embed questions about, talk about the library, and then I'm going to put like, what books is it interesting for teachers? Is it not, the audio is not working?
Audio's not working, Manny. No.
Okay, well,
in there.
Anyways, just pretend the text is there. All right. So I am adding questions to get feedback from the teacher. So it doesn't have to be a separate Google form or a separate thing. Everything is in one place. Right. So I get to skip it if I will like. Don't. This is an open class, meaning that anybody can have the experience. You don't have to have an account because, can you imagine like explaining parents how to do all these things? So you have the experience through here, and I do get the analytics. Like I have, welcome back. I have to log in. Now I have to log in as a teacher, okay, with my Edpuzzle account. Teacher, bloop. Pretend this is a cooking show, okay? And the magic of cooking is here. So on the AppSmashing, if I look at the virtual open house, I do get the analytics. So even though it's an open class, I can see that Super Manny, which is like one of my parents, watched the video. So when the parent tells you, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. So you go in here, he was like, well, I'm sorry, because look at this. You watched this video, so you know this. And then you keep them accountable. Okay, goodbye, all the things. So that is an example of a virtual open house. And then I have like the schedule. This is not the actual schedule. I just grab a picture from the internet, and I just put the schedule here. So basically is you put the resources that you will give to parents during your open house. All right. Not a new concept. It's just, it looks pretty. All right. It looks nice, and it's packaged all for your parents. Now, on the concept of having a virtual open house, think about doing a live newsletter. I normally get emails after emails after emails with either one picture or one file. I'm like, I'm not going to remember all the things. So if you think about doing a live newsletter, obviously the sequence color, look how nice this looks, right? So you can start adding more resources in here. So I can have the open class that I share with you already. I can say like, look, this is a video in Edpuzzle that I will like for the students to take a look at. And we have a field trip. Notice that I can put links in here. I could put text. It looks nice. Teachers, well, at least in the US, I don't know, outside the US, but like you have the Scholastic Classroom, you put all the things in there for your parents, and you can keep adding more and more resources here. And now this is a different format for Wakelets. Now they're like tiles rather than just a long strand like on Facebook. But again, like students are familiar with this. Like they do the this type of videos on YouTube. The only difference is you're adding questions. What is this is the actual lesson. So in this question I have, what is the three sounds of A? Right? So after they watch this video over and over again, they're going to tell me the sounds of A. Very simple. So packaging all this for parents. So they only have to have one link and they get all your information. Packaged really nice and pretty, right? Yes. Okay. And then if you are familiar with Edpuzzle already and Wakelet, this is like where I'm going to spend some time explaining. Okay, this is a nonfiction unit. Think about not just putting things that you're going to be pushing out to parents, but using Wakelet and Edpuzzle with your students. This could be a week, a unit, like a whole unit of nonfiction. I don't know, a couple of days. You tell me. All right, so here I have, again, a different format in how we can, a different layout for Wakelet. This is like a board, right? Like I'm making up the name because it does look like a board and it have columns. So the students will go and watch my lesson first. They'll just get started and they can watch the lesson in here, or they can pop it out and watch the lesson in the actual website on Edpuzzle. It doesn't matter, but it looks all, all together. So watch me. This is an actual lesson of nonfiction when I was a teacher and I had hair. Anyways, so they'll watch the lesson and you're busy with your students, right? So all the information needs to be here because your students need to be independent because you're busy in your table closing the gap for the students that need you the most. All right, then you're going to give them resources like topics, ideas. Here's a list of ideas from YouTube or Google, and you can just have a document with like how to spell certain things. Because again, I taught first, second grade. They don't know how to type. So I can give them the spelling into some animals or some space or some ideas that I think they should be researching, but they can do their own thing. I can always give them websites like National Geographic, and they can go and look for anything that is interesting for them. And most schools have school library resources. I know it says Houston Library, but since I don't work in a school district, I don't have access to any of those things, but you do. So put the resources that your students are able to use. So that way you are not picking for them. That's important. Give them options. So by using Edpuzzle and using Wakelet, you're able to tell your students, okay, you are going to be driving your own learning here. You're going to learn about nonfiction. So you do your research. You're going to get into groups. And then you're going to be doing a student project. So now that you've divided into groups, you're going to go into Wakelets, and then you're going to start brainstorming. Like, what are we doing about turtles, for example? Sea turtles will be like group 1. So in here, it will be a different link. It will be a collaborative Wakelet link in where students can add content. And the beauty of this, because I already can hear you, when you hear collaborative and students, you'll be like, OMG, hot mess express. But let me tell you something. Wakelet's amazing because if I am entering something into the collaborative Wakelet, I can only delete and modify what I have input, which is great. You're not going to have that issue that Miss, or in my case, we'll say, Mr. Cordial, so-and-so deleted my work. So there's none of that. It's the best thing ever, I'm telling you. So you'll have a space in where your students can collaborate, whether it's at home or wherever they're at, and they can still, brainstorm about what they're doing, what video are they doing, or if they're recording their own video. Then when they're moving to the Edpuzzle project, they have to be thinking about where in that video they're stopping and adding those questions. That is like the highest level of blooms. They're going to be creating a lesson, an Edpuzzle lesson about nonfiction, and they're creating everything from the video, or they can grab a YouTube video or a video that they find somewhere, but they're doing the script. Like, where are they putting those notes? Where are they putting those questions? What answer choices are they going to give their students? All that is out of their students' brain. I've done this in second grade, okay? So don't be like, oh, this is not too complicated. They could do it, but give them the option. Your students will surprise you how capable they're doing, and they feel challenged. They will like, watch me. And it's just the best thing ever. Watching them learn and discover their own learning, rather than us just giving them everything. Doing this with different apps, it's just, you're giving the power for them to learn on their own. It's the best thing ever. Okay, so Wakelet, they collaborate, and then they'll go into this Edpuzzle, and it will be an Edpuzzle project. And then they'll go in here, and they will upload their video. Now, I already did it. Whenever you click Wakelet, Edpuzzle student project, instead of watching the video, it will tell you upload your video. Or if you click YouTube, it will tell you where is a link for the YouTube video, and then the students can put their questions. Now, this can only be done in a classic Edpuzzle class. So obviously it's not in the AppSmash, because what I gave you was an open class. But you can take a look down here. I did one. And I did a video about how do you spell Edpuzzle, because OMG, I'm gonna tell you, people still spell Edpuzzle with capital P, and I'm like, stop spelling Edpuzzle with capital P, people. No. So I'll put the student will be able to put the notes, sample, put the audio if you want your viewees to actually listen to you, because they're not gonna read. Right? And then the lesson is, they'll watch the video from the students, and then when he gets to the point, I'm like, yes, so the students will be all creating all these lessons for their classmates. Talk about authentic audience, right? This is like, OMG, the best thing ever. So we've shown you different ways to use Wakelet and Edpuzzle, from like very easy ways to implement, from single-use virtual house to a live document like the newsletter, and then something that you can be using by unit. We've shown you how to collaborate, that you can do that in Wakelet, how to collaborate in Edpuzzle, and then push that to your students. Oh my gosh, I'm doing really good on timing. I just want you to know. So here's some of our new features. I am OMG working tirelessly to release the new set of certifications. We've changed the name to level 1, level 2 to beginner and intermediate. Well, I'm going to release Coach 24, Trainer 24, and this is the very first time that we are officially announcing Ambassador 24. Yes! Oh my God! I am going to be tearing up. Super exciting. So a very, very small group of people that I'll be, it's going to be an application. Okay. It is not just going to be a certification application. All right. And here is where you'll find out. We'll announce them in social media, but when you click here, oh, okay. And Siri, I'm not going to use Siri. Come on, go away. How do I pause? There you go. All right. She finally decided to go away. All right, so here is a link. We're going to share all this with you at the end, where you can find these live certifications. I've seen some people in the chat that are from Texas, honey. So I'm going to tell you, I am doing a Texas tour. I'll be driving district to district, loving on teachers. Some teachers don't get the amazing experience of going to conferences. So we are going to take swag and take pictures and do all the things, from teachers that they don't have those experiences. So that's what I'm doing. Woo, woo, right? So if you live in Texas and you want me to go visit you, you need to DM me. You're not going to be lost in my DMs. Email me, social media, all the things. Tell me that. How in the world do you spell Edpuzzle? It is hilarious. We made this video because I'm like, it needs to stop. All right. Then we have all the new features. This video was released yesterday, I believe. Teacher Assist. This is how we integrate, immersive new technologies with Edpuzzle, and new screen recorder and all the things. Here supports if you have questions about technical things. I don't have access to a lot of things, so Super Manny does not fix your life with Edpuzzle. Okay, support does, and then some other things at the end. All right. So we have James coming back into the stream.
Hello.
Really well, just so you know.
Oh, that was perfect. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions in the chat, man. I don't know if you managed to catch them.
I didn't, because I was so focused in finishing up and looking at the time that I did not look at the questions.
Of course, I'm literally just going through them. There's loads right now. I mean, the first one here was from, actually, a couple from Stephanie here. Yeah, can you answer that one, please, Manny, about Edpuzzle embedded into Wakelet? Does the person answering have to have a profile or not?
So the way I did it, and the only way it works with Wakelet, is you have to have an open class. Because what it does is Edpuzzle has a grade book. So in order for you to collect the grades, and if you want it embedded on Wakelet, it needs to be an open class. So it works really good with parents. Now, if you want it for your students, you have to put the link, and it's not going to look all pretty. It's just going to look like a link. But you can put text and then put the link in there, and then it will take them into either their LMS or it will take them to the actual Wakelet account. But if you want that grade to be, the question is right there. Hello. I was looking at the chat. But that's how you will do it. You will assign it. You will get that link either from your LMS or from the Wakelet class, the code, and you just put it in that Wakelet.
Amazing, thank you, Manny. And just another question from Abdul Jalil here. Just about tips. Any tips you have for making that Edpuzzle video super engaging?
So I will have them do something along when they're watching the video, like take notes, make doodles, have them write their thoughts. Something that we really recommend is like what you saw me doing, like in the very beginning of the video, you tell them why are they watching the video, what is the purpose, and what they need to be looking for, because you give them purpose. Otherwise, you're expecting the kids to figure it out what they're learning, and that is not always good. So you tell them in this video you're going to be looking for this, and that way they're going to be looking for that, right? You're giving them, but having them do something, either take notes, do graphs, jot down their thoughts. They're not just watching videos. It's put also notes, put the note, tell them, did you notice those things, and make that connection, and then ask them questions. So adding questions, it's good. It's just do a variety of things. And please put videos, they need to be less than 10 minutes. We say 6 minutes, 7 minutes is ideal. Don't put a movie. It is too long for kids.
Love it. Thank you, Manny. And then actually just one final one then. I suppose this is one thing we need to confirm then. How would someone actually embed the Edpuzzle video into Wakelet?
So again, it needs to be an open class, right? So whenever you make an assignment, you have a video and you're going to assign it to an open class. Once you assign it to an open class, it tells you view as a student. It's at the very top. And then you copy that link and you put that into the embed, into Wakelet. It just says copy a link and you just put it in there and it embeds it. But it has to be an open class. That way anybody can watch the video and go through the experience of Edpuzzle of, they watch the video, then it stops, and then the question shows up. I think it's at the bottom. Because normally it's on the side, but I think this way it's on the bottom. But then the answers do get collected. Like I show you, there's analytics, even in an open class.
Yeah, amazing. But it's as simple as that, right? Copy the lesson.
It's really simple.
Lesson, paste it into Wakelet, and it appears embedded as well. So as Manny showed you there, just taking those weight collections that you have and just bringing them to life, making them more interactive with adding that Edpuzzle lesson into there, which is perfect.
It's important that it looks pretty, because if it doesn't, like if it's hard to see, your students might be already struggling with the content that you're teaching them. So you want to give them something that is easy to the eye, easy to the brain to understand. If it's not, if it's a lot of words, you're adding another barrier there. So pretty matters.
Yes, pretty does matter. Back to the kind of the start of the session, we said it. Pretty does matter, and it's something we both believe. Edpuzzle and Wakelet is, I suppose, if you were sharing a lesson with your students, or even to yourself, might just send it to yourself. If it looks better, if it's more visually appealing, you're going to engage more, especially students of today, right? Who are on your TikToks and your Snapchats and all these other amazing apps that are keeping them engaged. Why can't their edtech tools be the same?
And it's easy, like if you do it, just in Wakelet or just in Edpuzzle or doing them together. I mean, as teachers, you are going to pick a variety of things. You're not always going to use one. You're going to use variety. That's why like sessions like this, it's important. So we show you, hey, you could use Edpuzzle and Wakelet like this, but you already know how to use Edpuzzle, or you already know how to use Wakelet on their own. But this is just like thoughts that you could do it, together with this, and I'm sure you can do it with other apps as well.
Exactly. It just levels up the experience, not only for you learning a new tool and being able to showcase it, but for your students. The end goal is to help them be more engaged and learn more. So partnering the two, Edpuzzle and Wakelet, really does help. And kind of on that note, I just want to share the template. Me and Manny didn't want people to leave empty-handed, so we actually have a template we're going to be sharing around with everyone shortly after this, which will allow you to kind of experience how Edpuzzle works in Wakelet, and how the Wakelet collection would work for a lesson assignment, for example. So we have a digital citizenship lesson here in Wakelet all around cyberbullying, where of course we have an Edpuzzle lesson built in. So I'm going to turn this down a second, but click play on it. You've got a built-in lesson here from Edpuzzle that will play. Again, it's super engaging. It has all that is important information, and then additional content is inside of the Wakelet collection in that column view, as we were showcasing before. Really nice, really interactive, and super engaging resources for your students. So take this, we'll send it around today and tomorrow. You can copy this, add it to your classroom inside of Wakelet, where you can start your free trial and share that with your students within seconds. So they'll have their own version of it, where they can work their way through this Edpuzzle and these resources as well. And like I said, we'll share that out in the coming days. So that's something you can take away from this, and it just gives you a quick insight into how Edpuzzle and Wakelet works. And then from then, go ahead and create your own Edpuzzle lesson, create your own Wakelet collection, and team them up together however you want to.
Yeah. What else are people like thinking of how we can AppSmash us together? Just like I've seen teachers, they collect their YouTube videos and they put it into Wakelets, and they put the video and then they add the questions, because they run out of space. And they want to be using the same thing next year. I might put it in a Wakelet, honey, because you're going to lose those questions and those videos. So I've seen that teachers, they do like in January, these are the videos that I do, and this is the question from the videos, and it's just organized all into Wakelet. So it's depending on the need that you have, it's how you will use this. But
yeah, no, it's amazing. Like Manny said as well, use Edpuzzle as you're using it, use Wakelet as you're using it, but for a second, let's stop and say, hey, how can we AppSmash these? And Manny's already shared 3 examples there, but we're pretty sure there's more out there, aren't we? So please do use that template to get started, but please do get creative as you always do, and keep sharing with us. And we'd love to jump on another session like this in the future to showcase those examples and showcase more ideas that everyone has. Before we wrap up though, Manny, I know there's one thing you want to share with everyone, right? With it starts with S, ends in WAG.
I was reading a question, so sorry. What was the question?
It's okay. Well, I'm just going to share it there. It's the link for the certificate, the resources.
Oh, yes, yes. And we have to tell them what we have for them.
Yeah, of course. I'll leave that to you.
Oh, okay. So we are going to be raffling 5 shirts, right? And they're not just any shirts, honey. If you're outside the US, if you're in the US, you're lucky, because if anybody that wins this shirts is in the US, I don't know what I'm saying. English is not working for me today, but the design that you'll be getting is only available outside the US. This is a EMEA, Europe design, you will not find this shirt in the US. So we have 5 different fabulous winners, and we're going to be able to send them anywhere. And then there is going to be a form there, and we're going to send stickers to everyone. So you get stickers, and you get stickers, and you get stickers.
Love it. Exactly. Yeah. So everyone gets stickers, Edpuzzle stickers. We're picking 5 lucky winners for those Edpuzzle outside of the US t-shirts, of course. And what we'll do as well, we'll team up and add in some Wakelet t-shirts too. So it's double trouble, 2 t-shirts for the price of 1 there. And also inside that link as well, you grab your certificate, the resources, the examples that we shared, and of course that fabulous template to help you get started with Wakelet Edpuzzle too. So there's quite a lot in that certificate link. So just get into details, you'll have it all.
If you find other ways to AppSmashers, like share them in social media and tag us both, so we can be like, oh, that's a great idea. Because when we have sessions, we can talk about, oh, I've seen teachers do this and do this.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Let us know.
Please do.
Social media is the way.
I love it. Amazing. Well, Manny, thank you so much for joining us today and showing how Wakelet can AppSmash with Edpuzzle. As Manny said, any questions, let us know. Manny, please drop your Twitter handle into the chat as well so people know where to find you after this. And as promised, we'll be sending those Edpuzzle stickers, we're sending the certificate, resources, and that template to you in the coming days. So look out for that. And of course, the next 4 sessions of the day, we've got 4 more great sessions on the last day of the AppSmash Festival. So thank you and bye for now. We'll see you all very soon.
Bye.
Bye.